Poems are such fun things to do. But a lot of people think that poems are all about the rhyme, and they sort of recite them as if they're spoken songs, not sung songs. Well, I have another poem here called Homework, Oh Homework by Jack Pralatsky. Now, as I told you in the last poem that I did, when you read a poem, you've got to first figure out, is this a story being told? Is this a conversation? Is this a monologue? What is it? Now, this poem is a monologue. It's the speaker. When you study a poem, you've got to decide on who the speaker is. Is the speaker a narrator? Is the speaker the poet himself? Or is the speaker a character who's speaking a dialogue? Or, sorry, a monologue. Right? So let's look at this poem. The first stanza is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 lines. All right? So it goes like this. Homework, oh homework. I hate you, you stink. I wish I could wash you away in the sink. If only a bomb would explode you to bits. Homework, oh homework, you're giving me fits. So it's somebody lamenting about having to do homework, right? So now if the character or the speaker was talking to his homework or her homework, they're not going to have their thoughts flowing as if they've already had them written down. So they wouldn't say something like, homework, oh homework, I hate you, you stink. I wish I could wash you away in the sink. If only a bomb would explode you to bits. Homework, oh homework, you're giving me fits. Which is how I've heard people tell this poem. But if it is the speaker thinking the poem, he's thinking about his homework and he's talking to the homework. His words have to come out as if they've come from thinking and not from reading or having learnt it by heart. So let's look at it. Let's look at the tone or let's look at the diction words to see what sort of mood we need to create. Homework with an exclaim. So it's like homework. Whenever there's an exclaim, you can't do homework because that's a full stop. You've got to do homework. So it's an exclaim. The exclaim has to end high, right? I hate you! So he's screaming all these things because there are a series of exclaims. Hate, stink, wash away, bomb explode, fits. So the mood that Jack Pralatsky is creating is one of utter destruction, devastation, right? Hatred, stink, I hate you, you stink. It's utter hatred. The word stink brings disgust. So there's got to be hate, disgust, the emotion of wanting to harm, right? I wish a bomb would explode you, right? And you're giving me fits. So fits are an involuntary thing. It doesn't. When a person has a fit, it doesn't come from them deciding to have a fit. It's not like when you throw a tantrum. A fit is it's involuntary, right? It's a chemical body reaction. So when he says homework, homework, you're giving me fits. Okay, so the way I think that I would do those lines would be like this: homework, oh homework, I hate you, you stink. I wish I could wash you away in the sink. If only a bomb would explode you to bits. Oh homework. You're giving me fits. Because the fits part doesn't have an exclaim. Maybe that's too much drama, but you can decide what you want to do or how you want to do it. All right? The next lines have to come after some amount of thinking. Now, the speaker is actually allowing his imagination to run wild, right? And he's trying to think of all the ways to destroy his homework. So he looks and says, I'd rather take a bath with a man-eating shark, or wrestle a lion alone in the park. Or dark, sorry. Eat spinach, liver, pet 10 porcupines. So every time he says a new thought, you have to show that you've spent time thinking and you've thought of the worst possible thing you'd rather do, right? And then he goes back into his moan. Then tackle the homework my teacher assigns. So every last thing, so there's this wanting revenge and all of that, and then he comes back to then tackling the homework my teacher assigns. Homework! Like I would actually like yell the homework this time. Oh, homework! You are last on my list. Now you're like getting personal with the homework, okay? I simply can't see why you even exist. So now you're really trying to hurt the feelings of homework because now you're getting personal, right? If you just disappeared, it tickled me pink. Homework, homework, I hate you! You stink! So obviously these are the last lines, right? So you've got to really take the climax up because that's what Jack Prelutsky wants you to do. He's got 1, 2, 3, 4 exclaims after each phrase. So homework, exclaim. Oh, homework, exclaim. I hate you, exclaim. You stink, exclaim. So imagine you can't keep exclaiming at the same level, right? The last exclaim, you've got to really like be bombastic, right? So the first two last lines is where he goes into this. But then the last one is when he really explodes, right? Do remember that you mustn't make it seem as if you've learned the lines by heart and then you're reciting them. This is a monologue. So it's got to seem as if these are fresh thoughts that you've just thought, right? And deliver them in that way. I hope you enjoy this poem and enjoy delivering it. Thank you all. Have a wonderful day. Bye. And do subscribe.